Well, I am, and I'm having a lot of fun. I'm going to Massachusetts tonight. I'm going to Iowa again very soon. We had some tremendous evenings in Iowa and New Hampshire. I'm going next week again, and it's been amazing. In Alabama, you saw we had 31,000 people in the stadium last week, and the spirit there was incredible because they want to see something happen that's going to be great. They want to see America be great again. You know, if you look at what's happening with this country, it's so sad, and you pointed it out for years, and it wasn't easy for you to do that, and you hate to have to do that, but we are doing it, and we have tremendous support, tremendous standing ovations, and we're having a lot of fun. You know, we're bringing back the sort of, I use the term again, it hasn't been used in a long time, the silent majority. There's a tremendous group of people out there that just want to see this country be great again, and that's what I'm really seeing, and it really is resonating, Sarah. And I have to tell you, you are a terrific person, and it's great to be with you.
Thank you so much, Donald Trump. Get out there and let the people know what it is that you stand for and what your intentions are for this country. So thank you for taking your valuable time and sharing it with us. Thank you. Now, from the Donald to the antithesis of the Donald. It's the PC police, the political correct police, and they're at it again at ESPN. Hey, ESPN, stick to sports. We're going to explain that later.
One America News looks back to moments in history that shaped our country and our world and makes us who we are.
January 24th, 1908. The appearance of a book, Scouting for Boys, by Lieutenant General Robert Baden-Powell, inspires the first Boy Scouts organization in Great Britain. Baden-Powell first experimented with a special camp on an island retreat, training boys in outdoor skills, physical fitness, and a sense of community-minded chivalry. His ideas caught on so fast that within 2 years, Boy Scouts could be found in Chile, Canada, France, Mexico, Norway, Argentina, and the U.S. Baden-Powell went on to found the Wolf Cubs for younger boys, as well as the Rover Scouts for older ones. And by 1920, Sir Robert Baden-Powell had already convened the Second International Boy Scout Jamboree.
ESPN, what the heck happened to you? Picking and choosing who will be tolerated and who you're going to destroy. They suspended Curt Schilling because he tweeted this stat. Only 5 to 10% of Muslims are extremists. In 1940, only 7% of Germans were Nazis. How'd that go? ESPN reacted about as fast as a Schilling pitch, and they started whimpering, Kurt's tweet is unacceptable, and we've removed him from assignment. A bunch of water boys over there running the show. And there has been crude, rude bile spewing from that network for years. One ESPN affiliate's on-air rant featuring their misogynist, animalistic analysts giggling through an entire X-rated celebration of violence against women. It didn't even draw a chirp from ESPN's top dogs. They had a convicted rapist on graphically describing the next rape that he hoped to see in a sports broadcast. So Schilling's tweet, well, it was just a stat. ESPN, you use stats. It's true. 88% of Egyptian Muslims do favor death over anyone leaving Islam, and these views are seen by reasonable people as being extreme. So ESPN, by denying the accuracy of that stat, of the tweet, it shows your utter weakness, as if you guys just swallowing ISIS propaganda. You know, terrorists using ESPN to mislead the public about the very real threat of terrorists. It shows once again ESPN concentrates on liberal global politics versus just reporting well on our sports. And Schilling is not a bleeding heart liberal, and I believe that's why they cracked down on him. ESPN, just all around awful on this. They should have just stuck to sports. We're going to hear from an expert on that. Joining me from Breitbart Sports is Kevin Schola. Kevin, thanks so much for being here. Can ESPN keep this up?
Governor, thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be with you. And yes, unfortunately they can, because we have seen in so many examples that the powers that be at ESPN now are far left liberal in their agenda. And it is unbelievable, because not only are people like Schilling in this latest case shot down or suspended when they say something, like you said, that deals in things that you like to deal in, fact and common sense. Well, no, he's got to go. But in the meantime, if you are pro Michael Sam or airing Michael Sam's Kiss on the air, or pro Ferguson from the standpoint anti-police statements that was said by some ESPN people, that's okay too. But, or Bruce Jenner, he's courageous to ESPN, whatever's going on there. But when it is said by a conservative, and again, just statistics and fact, he's got to go as far as ESPN. And it's really heartbreaking to the sport fan. I know you're a sport maniac like me. Your dad and your brother, right? Packers and Yankees, big time fans, and I'm the same way. And sports was the one place we used to go, right, without politics. And now, unfortunately, it's almost like Hollywood.
I know. Kevin, I can't even preach anymore the beauty of sports in a national arena, because that's what I used to say is, oh, man, I love sports, and I can justify it because it's a distraction. It's a healthy outlet. Well, not when ESPN is doing what it's doing. And speaking of sports fans, you're a coach, you're a reporter, you're an announcer. Do you think that other sports fans, not just us, do you think anybody really likes this type of back and forth political talk, or wouldn't people just rather hear about sports?
It depends who you talk to. I think the real sport fan, someone like you, someone like myself, it used to be you'd go to a game and it didn't matter who was next to you, black, white, whatever political stripe. For that day, you were Bears fans, you were Rockets fans, whatever it is, it had nothing to do with it. Who played? The best guy. Didn't matter his color, his background. The best people played as well. But that's not the case nowadays. Some people do like this, and that's what they're trying to do, is bring in more people who really don't care about the game itself. But that's what they do in other ways too. All the crazy rule changes in the NFL by Roger Goodell, all this fantasy football nonsense, it's to bring
cover what it is that a fan so craves. Two quick questions. One, should Schilling have deleted his tweet then? And two, how are your kids' teams doing? Those are the toughest gigs ever, is coaching your own kids.
Well, that's the thing about the Schilling thing. You really, you see what he did, but he should have pulled a Trump, for lack of a better term. He should have doubled down and said enough with this apology nonsense. Because if a guy who's won multiple World Series, Bloody Sock, Red Sox, Diamondbacks, a guy like Kurt Schilling is forced to apologize, what if you're some third stringer on a team? You'll be scared to talk. And that's exactly what they want. If you don't agree, don't say a word, or we'll do to you what we're doing to anyone, no matter their level. As far as my guys, thank you for asking. Softball and baseball just ended. They're doing great, and now they've moved on to cheerleading and football. And yes, he's 4, but he's playing football. And yes, I'm the coach, and I'm going there right now after this talk.
All right, well, make him run an extra lap from me. Awesome. And pull the Trump. Okay, I'm going to use that one. Okay, Kevin, I'm going to pull the Trump. That's what we'll start using. Okay, good.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us from Breitbart.com. They're doing great work over there. The great Kevin Scholla. Okay, final thoughts are next, and it's going to be good news, America. Keep the faith. We'll be right back.